And good evening. Sorry I'm late. Be with you in a second. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're getting some people here tonight. The time went by with careless heed. Get everybody on here. It's going to be a great show. With small persuasion, she agreed to see me through the barley. Corn ribs and barley and corn ribs. Gotta get some of this. I'll not forget that happy night among the hills with Annie. Okay. Hope you can hear me, but that's not important. Actually, yeah, you can. It shows a little button here. We're talking about the castration of America and basically the world. It's everywhere. It's in the books. It's in, there's a book with two penguin fathers. They have a kid. All this pro, out of lack of getting into trouble, I would say anti-God stuff. Because I got to be careful now. What I say, what I think, who I say it to. Freedom of speech. Yeah, very free. I got a drawer here full of legal bills that show me how free it was. And for those of you who have not heard from me lately, why has he called me back? It's because I'm dealing with this shit. And I'll be done, thank God, by Wednesday. Now, before I go any further, Tuesday night, there is an incredible webinar. It's on GaryBrodsky.com webinars. It is called You Want It, You Got It. I have come across two studies by absolute accident that will give you all the luck in the world, anything you want, and it is probably the most well-researched and best webinar to date. It's at GaryBrodsky.com webinars. It's right on top of the navigation bar. And I can't say what it is here. I'd love to talk about it, but what I say is quite effective, quite amazing, and we get pulled down from YouTube. So that is the world we live in. I have new enemies out there, Facebook and the YouTube team. That's my answer. And right now that might be considered an extreme answer. Yes, our state, one now of many who have the bullying laws, does not allow men to act like men, be like men, talk to women, play any sports or competition, keep score in sports, allow guys to have any self-identity, preaching doctrines that are that make Sodom and Gomorrah look liberal. Okay, it's just so sick. We are cursed with lying, crooked politicians. I am tired of the lesser of two evils. I am waiting for the day to choose for the better of two goods, but I don't think that's going to happen in my lifetime or yours, tragically. There was a time when it was okay to be a guy without apologizing. Now it's a speech. It's just, and what's happened is, not to everybody, and thank God for you people watching. Oh, I said God. Hey, lawyers. Okay, get ready. Yeah, there's complaints about me smoking on my own show, okay? Complaints about me drinking soda on my own show. You name it. There is somebody out there, a guy that should be out there having fun, having ambition, trying to make some money, having a family. That's a new concept, isn't it? Staying up with a girl all night, laughing, joking around, being romantic. New concepts, huh? Well, they're going to come back. And I'm going to make sure of that. So you got me in your corner. Heaven help. No, I am just amazed and appalled of what I call repeaters. I'll tell you what a repeater is. Somebody drops a lit cigarette on a chair. Oh, good, it's not lit. Otherwise, you've heard of great balls of fire. Now, a repeater is somebody who hears something that's totally stupid, obtuse, politically correct, though, and will repeat it as though it's doctrine, it's dogma. And I am getting tired of it, and I hope you are getting sick and tired of it. People make big issues in everybody else's lives over nonsense. I'm telling on you, I'm suing you, I'm ratting you out. And we're not talking about crimes or anything serious. It's saying something stupid or funny, what I call funny. I have a sense of humor that's pretty goddamn funny. Where do I get going here tonight? And somebody doesn't like it and just reports to the Facebook team, the YouTube team, the fucking horse team, whatever it is. And now you have to fill out a whole bunch of forms. My site's a pirated day and night, which is, I guess, shows people want my stuff. But I had a friend over yesterday, a very good friend of mine, a real gentleman. Met for the first time, actually. And he was saying that, he's a young man, that the lack of ambition among his friends is painful. And it has got to be because statistics prove it. Men have no ambition. It's hurting the world. Blame who you want. But if you have no ambition, it has been beaten into you. No drive. But let me get back to this webinar because this is going to be great. GaryBrodsky.com webinars. And I was amazed when I read this because this was done in a very serious setting, and I forgot the name of it because I have actually cleaned my office, so I don't know what a damn thing is, but I know what my cigarettes are. That shit don't go on my site. But how to actually create luck. I said, okay, I got to read this because it's coming from a very reliable source. And that was only part of it, a very small part. And it's like, this works. And when you hear it, if you are smart enough to join the webinar, which is this Tuesday night, and sign up now because we are selling out, and I don't want to lose anybody, you'll be amazed that, yeah, you can get lucky. And if you don't join it, I can call you in a year from now, and I guarantee you're going to have the same complaints, same lifestyle, same everything. Now, since I found this stuff, and it wasn't actually that reason, about 2 months ago, I tried to experiment with 3 research doctors, 2 are MDs, and their lives have skyrocketed. I don't try it on myself because then I can just say, well, no. I tried. I said it really can't work. And now they don't start saying, wow, you got to get this out there. And they paid a hell of a lot more than you're going to pay. And I'd like to see some people sign up tonight so I could feel like, I'm talking to more than myself on Tuesday night. I've got a lot of comps on there, a lot of good people. So that's just my opening announcement, GaryBrodsky.com webinars. If you notice, there's no music. And it's funny because I heard Alex Jones say this today, that if you have any music in the background, which people do, I mean, there are whole shows on music, but if they don't like your content, they will use that to pull your site down, to pull your, what's it called, your YouTube down, to pull your rebroadcast down. And I guess it's kind of a compliment in a way that I get that shit a lot. Excuse me for saying the word shit. Okay, wow, I got a lot of questions. I guess I have more questions than the board shows people on here, which is kind of funny, unless they all at each other's house, which these days nobody goes to anybody's house. So let me get to some of these questions, and I'll go on with the castration of America. I'd really like to rip loose, but last time I did that, they cut the show in midair, so I've got to watch my words. Good evening, Ryan. Hey, Gary. Hey, Ryan. I know what porn can do, so I stopped watching it. It's been suggested to me to watch slideshows with sexy images as an alternative. Actually, it's a damn good alternative. Should I cut out all the visual aid altogether? What do you think? Well, you're going to get a big answer on that one. Sexy images of sexy women, totally harmless. Especially if they're still, because your imagination is working. It's not screwing you up. But the whole idea of porn, which was really not invented, it's been around for a while. I mean, probably the first, early days, like, hey, if two naked people, we can make money on this. But it's more than money. What does porn do? Think about it. You see unrealistic women, first of all. And if you play with yourself, like some people do, what are you really jerking off to? This is what your mind processes. This is important to listen to. And join Tuesday's webinar. We'll be covering porn. But there's always a guy in a porn movie. So you're jerking off, excuse my language, you're masturbating to an image of a male with a female. Your mind doesn't know, your subconscious mind, which one you're coming to, and it starts to screw you up. And that is how they load porn today. Now, the older porn was kind of different. It was quick cash, a couple of guys threw some money together. But now it is calculated for destruction, just like regular television. So a sexy image is different. Your mind starts working. It starts fantasizing. Oh, if I met her, I would do this, I would do that. So actually, you're on the money. And I'm glad you gave up porn. And GR, how are you? And good evening. Hey, Gary, thanks for doing the show. Thank you for watching. When becoming alpha does not work, it works, okay? I didn't read the rest of the question. You just need to become even more alpha. You got it. You're right. I should have read the whole question. Everything falls into place. Gary, when a man acts like a man, that's absolutely true. What do women want? Yeah, huge stack of cash. No, it's not true. Women want a man. Complete. It's opposite. It's the way it was designed. I didn't design it, but if I did, it would be the exact same way. Good evening, Jason. Jason, I've got you scheduled for Wednesday night, the entire night. And I will be sending you an email. I've had some intense phone calls on this new information that I have found. It is beyond belief. If you can join the webinar, please do. It is Tuesday night. And Monday I am doing, I do the show with Stephen Horn. And that's something that we made a commitment to do for the rest of our lives. And because of him, yes, we're going to do from heaven as well. And in heaven, we don't have any problems logging on and having to restart our computers. So, Lonnie, good evening. Well, Lonnie, the good news is end of this week. And the better news is this stuff does so well, we cannot keep it in stock. The gold, the MK stuff, and it is, and I'm not going to say repeated because that's the next question, it is all repeat business. Now, the geniuses that do the shipping, I say priority. They don't know what that means. Okay, these are college graduates, by the way. So we know that the education system in America is running strong. They don't know what priority means, so they don't send them out. They send out the bigger orders first. And it's like, well, if somebody ordered 10 bottles, and I had to explain this to them on Friday, they can get 3 at a time, or 2 at a time, and we can send them out every week. And they argue, no, they ordered 10, they should get 10. Well, so the guy that ordered 1, you can't use all 10 in a week. Well, I have that all straightened out. So Uh, I used to laugh when people calling India. I'm gonna have to have India do this stuff because at least they're efficient. I mean, we have no ambition. I've had guys working for me, and not one guy said any way to get into this business, anything I could possibly do to make some more money. Nope, because it will cut into the computer game time. We don't want that. I've offered them more free gym memberships. No, I don't want to work out. Why? Too much work. Joe, how are you? Oh, good man here. Hey Gary, how are you? Hey, I'm doing great. Nothing's more true than your description of repeaters. I deal with them almost every day. I feel sorry for you because I deal with them every day too. No matter where you are, you're going to deal with them. They hear one lie one time and they're happy to accept it for life because they have no responsibility and it's convenient for them. Yeah, well, all of the world's greatest leaders and the worst leaders have figured this out. People, and this is the sum of all fears, what the real true meaning of the sum of all fears is that people are going to go to where they're going to be accepted. And if acceptance is to live in a world of bullshit, castrated men, drones, which is what they want, most guys live alone, live with their family, work, consume, buy stuff, and they have a perfect drone right there. And that is going to change very soon. I put 24/7 into this. You see me for an hour here, or an hour and a half. It's a lot more than that. It is every moment of every day. I get emergency cases, and it's always the woman leaving the guy. And why? Because guys do not know how to deal with women. And there's still some sales going on now. Not everything is for sale anymore. You blew it. But still a lot of stuff is on sale at GaryBrodsky.com. Hit it up tonight. And, all right, James, how are you? I have a funny answer for you, James. Gary, where's a good place to meet some new friends? All my close friends got married and moved away. Wait a few weeks. They'll be divorced. They'll be back. It's easy. The best way to make friends, I found, because I have a lot of friends. Now, I was going to crack a Godfather joke, but people actually take the shit I say literally as the Godfather, and I get complaints about that. Is to be a good friend. I'm sure you knew that. I'm just mentioning it for those who did not know that. Louie, how you doing? What is your definition of an alpha male? That's a good question. And what can a guy do to act alpha? I loved your web show and blog radio. Don't stop believing. Thank you. An alpha male is nothing more than a guy who is not afraid to take control of his own life, accountability, and has fears, like everybody else. We all have fears. Mine, unfortunately, is the electric chair, because most fears, you got to actually fight through the fear. That one is kind of a tough one. But, and doesn't fall into, and this is the big thing of what an alpha male is, does not fall into the image of somebody else. Now, you notice this a lot while I light a cigarette. Guy meets girl. That's good. Okay, we're starting out good here. Guy meets a girl. She's beautiful. They're happy. That's like the first 3 days. Then all of a sudden, he seems different. He starts changing. He starts losing his friends. His entire soul, his being, is gone. That's an alpha. An alpha male has values, a core set of beliefs, and sticks to them, and does not give ground. And that's going to be covered too on the importance of that on the webinar coming up Tuesday. And I'll just give you an example of that, how we have been so misdirected. This is just one piece I'm including in the webinar, but you're getting it for free right now because you asked that question. Everybody else, shut your mics off. Just kidding. Let me get this shit going and we're ready. It's funny, but we have a back down society. Don't stand up for yourself. Back down. Don't ever, oppose anything. Go to the authorities. Whatever. It's a back down, stand down, male society that they're trying to. And they're doing a damn good job. I got to admit that. They're trying to get everybody to go along with. And most guys are. Now, getting in somebody's face works. How to do it, that'll be on the webinar. Now, if you're in the woods and a large brown bear or black bear is about between 400 to 700 pounds, brown bear's 1,400 pounds. You get an opponent that can kill you. Now, if you charge a black bear and you get in his face and you start screaming in anger like a man, what does the bear do? Black, brown, Kodiak bear, polar bear, they run away. They even say if a shark attacks you, you go crazy and start punching him in the face. That's called standing up for yourself. Works on sharks, works on bears, coyotes, kick them under the chin, they bite their tongue, they run away. If you turn and run, well, that's just those three animals I mentioned, they will chase you and they will kill you. Then they'll realize, people are really easy to kill. And they become man killers. So, standing up for yourself is part of being alpha. But they have sort of brainwashed everybody not to do that. And part of being alpha is knowing how to say no. I've had enough. I could use a lot more of that myself. Not that much, but, enough. Oh, that's great, Joel. The blood gold is that good. I know. I have to order more, and I will be ordering more tomorrow. People get it, and they drink it in like 3 or 4 days. It's supposed to last for a month, but you feel so good on it that it's like, and yeah, I mean, thanks for the testament. Everybody who has bought it. I've had death threats, and we're friends, but so the guy said, listen, if I don't get the blood gold by Wednesday, I will kill you. I thought he was just being funny. But I just sent him out 2 bottles. It is getting out of hand because you feel good again. You're alive again. You got a strut like this. You don't back down. It resets your DNA. There's a whole study on gold. Why do you think Moses ground the golden calf and made people drink gold? Because he was an idiot? No, he's one of the great prophets. It all comes from the Bible. Even my occult stuff comes from the book of Numbers. Nobody reads it because it's boring. I spent years reading it. So it's definitely definitely if you want the blood gold, it's still on sale. I'm going to take a break now. I can't take a musical break because I don't know if they'll cut me off or somebody's going to watch. Somebody's watching right now waiting for something to complain about. That's what men do today. He said this. You know what's funny is now Alex Jones is doing the voice. David Icke is imitating the voice. Everybody's doing the voice now. It's like annoying. Because I'm hearing it. I am really sorry I started it. I am hearing from women. And my husband says to me, and that's what women used to sound like. And that's what men are starting to sound like. When I hear a guy go, I saw your show. I don't want to hear from you anymore. Shut the fuck up. I actually will say that. I would get into people say, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear your mouth. I'm calling my lawyer. Call your fucking lawyer. That is going to make you feel great. Me, I have a different problem with lawyers. I called the lawyers. Go, hi, I'd like to retain you. Like, really? It's like, yeah, I would like to pay for your services. Uh-huh. Wait a second. Is there something about me that I can't be a plaintiff? Mm. We'll send you our standard form. What standard form? Or what's your email? I give it to them. I know you have the standard form. I sent one guy a retainer. I was like, nah, too much work. So, you know, any lawyers out there looking to do pro bono, let me know. Yeah, like that's going to happen. Just incredible. I can never be a plaintiff. If you're a doctor out there, and that's why I don't go to doctors, you remove my head and put it in a jar, and I can still talk. No, like I say, yeah, he was probably right. I don't know. I guess that book, Castration of the American Male, about how lawyers have made, and they have made laws which sort of make it almost illegal for you to be a man, have man's values, and do male stuff. But most of the law is in your mind. Yeah, most of it is in your mind. Oh, I can't say that. Yes, you can. Oh, I can't stand up to somebody. Yes, you can. And again, I got to say, this one piece, which is only part of the webinar on luck, and this is a research project done by the, let's say, well, for lack of a better word, the aristocracy, how they create luck. And it's a certified document. I said, nah, there's no way to create. I was, holy shit, this stuff works. It's right in front of everybody. Your life can change that fast. But people are afraid to change. Or they don't know this stuff too. So there's no Godfather imitations tonight because somebody writes in, he imitated a character. It's copywritten. That's what men do for fun these days. I do this. They do phone calls. I guess it works out. Yeah. I hope they're having a lot of fun doing that shit. Oh, the private questions are starting. Lonnie, for you, indefinitely. Okay, that's the answer. That's private question. So the other private question. Just send me that question again, because maybe we can work something out. Just say, do not open. Because once I open them on here, they disappear. I tried forwarding them to myself. They don't count. So just send it again. Same question. Private question. Do not open. And I will not open it. That works out. It's a little tough without the music. I know that. But if you want to see these shows on YouTube, gotta have no music. And of course, I like to take music when I take a soda break. But I'm not high a pianist to sit behind me. You know, it's like I tried a mariachi band, but they were busy doing somebody else's show. So let's check. Okay. It still updates. Cameras in phones. That is the most annoying thing ever invented. It's very masculine. Go, hey, look at his pictures. And you just got to scroll them. And now I don't let you take a picture because you're going to post up on Facebook. Facebook, I may close my account. But I announce the shows and stuff on there, and I'm not going to use anything more. Facebook is dying out. And that's a good thing. So what the world wants today, and it's not the world, it's only 6,000 people. I can tell you who they are, but not on this show. That's going to be a super private webinar. Because the only way we're going to defeat the New World Order, and they do exist, just Google John Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Dwight Eisenhower, Henry Kissinger, Gary Hart. They all admit this New World Order, and it is not in your interest. Their first order of business is to domesticate man. Man was not made to be domesticated. It's psychotic that guys are going along with this. Pretty soon we get phone calls. Hey, Gary, you know that knife that you sent to cut it off with? I need it because I have to cut it off. Because most guys forgot, in case you are one of them, that you have a dick, okay? You got a dick. That's life. You have one. Use it. It wasn't there to just look at. You know, there used to be an old joke. Hey, it's not just for pissing. Oh, excuse me, I'm talking like a man here. Here come the write-ups. Well, let's check for mail, see if this thing's updated yet. And yes, it has. A lot of private questions. Okay, let's hear from some women. Let's hear from somebody else. Let's hear from anybody. Old, new, whatever. While I smoke another cigarette and offend everybody else. Somebody said to me, you know, if you smoke, you're going to die. I'm thinking, is this guy a moron? Like, if I don't smoke, I won't die? I messed up. How old are you? I'm 715 years old. I guess you don't smoke. I don't think so, okay? You know, it's funny because I'm not going to say it because I'll get into trouble. That's why I have to talk only the truth on the webinars. And tragically, that's where we are today. But the mainstream media is dying out. You know, years ago, I used to get calls. Hi, would you like to advertise with us? We got a great ad plan for you. We can put you in this, we can put you in that. Now it's like, hi, I'd like to place an ad. Are you kidding? That's politically incorrect. Products haven't changed. The mindset has changed into something that's, what am I selling? What's my big thing? Men and women getting together and being happy. That is wrong according to mainstream media, and that is sick that they find that wrong. Sick. Hey, Poe Johnson. Yes, tonight. He just pops out. You know, he's Pillowhead without the bloops. I'm telling you. Bo, come on, hit me with some good questions. You got so, but you know, again, for jokes, if you want to laugh, because laughing is good. Get the other guy's audios on how to pick up women, and they all start out with that voice. And I can't even imitate the voice anymore. I am so sick of hearing it. Diagrams, this, that. How to meet women. Act like a man. How to do it the right way. GaryBrodsky.com. Want to do it some hidden way? OccultForce.com. Does the occult force work? Absolutely. The New World Order uses it, and they run the world. You don't have to be evil, but it is power. And they abuse the power, but the power is there for anybody with the balls to try it. Joel the Gentleman. Hey Gary, I just wanted to thank you for all your research and hard work. Your teachings have improved my life by leaps and bounds. Well, thank you then. I look forward to being involved in your cause at a great capacity in the near future. Thank you so much, Joel. That's so nice to hear. See, the gentlemen come here. The real men. Gary, tell us the Pillowhead stories. Thank you, GR. I'll come up with some before the end of the night because it's funny. Say Pillowhead, all of a sudden, boom, people jumping on. One of the actual stories, I know Bo will request a Pillowhead story. He pretty much knows most of them. People call me up for different things. One of the, 50% of the calls are different things. 50% of the calls are Pillowhead stories. If I can get him on a webinar, I can probably charge $1,000 a person and sell out. Because I would pay that just to hear him. And I know him. Because he's normal, he's responsible, he's conscientious, and then will do something so goddamn crazy. I mean, half the stuff I cannot say on a public broadcast. But I'll tell you something that we used to do to him. He was a very deep sleeper because he used to drink a little bit. So me, my father, and the Bimmy would carry his bed out in his room, we were younger, into the elevator with his nightstand. We'd unplug his phone, put it on there, and push the TV stand with his television there. The elevator looked just like a bedroom, and then we just let it go. And we sit there in the hall on beach chairs and wait for him to stop. It could take a half hour. And there was usually 2 policemen in the elevator with him, and he'd be unloading the stuff, and we'd be cracking up. And boy, was he pissed. I don't know which stories I've told before. When he was having an affair with a woman, that one. The hookers in Coney Island. We just decided to, okay, I'll tell you his suicide story. It's kind of funny. This is back in the 80s when, New York was on a crime spree. He decided he might want to commit suicide, but he wasn't sure. So he went out with a stack of 20s, and he rode the worst trains to the worst neighborhoods and counted his money. Came back and goes, guess God wants me to live. That was, to him, that was a normal night. In fact, that was one of the milder nights of living with him. We used to put an empty soda can by his door, so when he came out, we'd know that he was at least walking around, and we could be prepared for whatever the hell was going to happen next. A little Pillowhead trivia. Telling the story about the 5 guys at the diner that night. Bo, nobody tells it as good as you, but I'll try. Bo had come out to visit, and we went to a diner. And these 5 guys were sitting in there. And they're talking like this, in the same voice. But what was really funny is, I think there was actually 7 guys. They all looked the same, talked the same, and were talking such juvenile nonsense that we were sitting there laughing ourselves to death. And the tragic thing is, this is what most guys have become. And, I still laugh. I don't go back to the diner anymore because diners bother me. Not the food, not the waitresses, some of them are pretty hot. It's that in diners, you don't hear laughing anymore. You don't hear joking around. You don't see, couples. All you see is people of the same sex sitting there like this. And I can't take it. It's like dead silence. You think you're definitely like, what are you doing? See, I'm still here. So, yeah, it's just, you see it everywhere. And you've got to man up, and you've got to fight back. And I know Bo Johnson fights back a little too much, but we need people like that. People who stand up for themselves. And this is one guy that does. Okay, got a question here. Can't tell that story here. I mean, most of my childhood was going to hookers. I would go on dates, actually, and leave the girls' houses because they had prostitution at that time, 24/7. And now, if you are like the king of prostitution, you would make any money. Guys are scared of women. End your fear. GaryBrodsky.com. Because why do people have fear? Because when you have no idea what you're doing, you're going to be frightened. When you have knowledge, you're not. It's that simple. They try to scare you everywhere they can now. When I hear guys going, you shouldn't eat that, that's not a guy, okay? That's a nanny in a man's body. Bad, bad. It's wrong. It sucks. And I hear it all the time. Fire. Good. You know, when I got this phone, I remember the guy, he was an okay guy. He handed me the phone, he goes, don't smash on the floor. I'm glad he told me that, because I was going to take your thanks. You know, just this whole nanny mentality has really putrefied our culture. And that's what they want, a bunch of castrated, domesticated men. You've got to not be that. What is the best spirit to use when the knock on wood ritual? I don't know, because whatever wood you're knocking on, there's a spirit that's available. And spirits are everywhere. Now they've proven the entire universe is full of vibration. And vibration is going to be covered on the webinar. I didn't want to put the whole thing in there. It's all covering this, and that. Because it is so astronomical, so amazing. And it's really as simple as taking this. I missed. But you really can't create luck. You can't create fortune. You can't create love. You can't create romance. All you got to do is listen to the notes. Of course, I put a little emotion in that because people speak today totally unemotional. Hi, how are you? My name is. That's not life. Life used to be, look at the old movies. Hey, how you doing? Not that anymore. It's like, hi, how are you? Don't even ask how are you. In fact, people don't even say hello anymore. Every guy is a critic. And I feel bad because women don't change that much. And there's a reason for that. Look at the autism rate. It's all guys. Women have a strong constitution. But what has happened to women is because guys have become so pussied up, for lack of a better word, that women have now are looking at men like, oh, another one. Great. It doesn't have to be like that. You've got to stand out of the crowd, and the best way to do that is go to GaryBrodsky.com right now while I take a soda break. And try to find a song I can play. This might take weeks. Just kidding. Oh, I know one. I think. Nope. Not yet. Well, I'll try this. GaryBrodsky.com. Join that webinar. It's not coming out on tape soon. Or download, whatever the fuck they have. Alright, I'm back. Who knows how much music? I think you're allowed to play 3 seconds. Checking for mail. And it's still updating, which means I have to drink more soda and take some DHEA. Does it work? You tell me. 52 inches. And I was not talking about my chest, okay? Oh! You remember when I used to make jokes? Off-color jokes? Now you make an off-color joke, you're in the news. So if you want to become famous being a comedian, just tell a really politically incorrect joke, and it's all over the news, YouTube, everywhere. People are suing you, but you'll become famous. Actually, I do know a lot of famous people. I can tell you right now, most of them are not happy. Because they sold their soul for rock and roll, and they do admit it. So I'm taking a soda break now with no music, trying to check out GaryBrodsky.com. Now what the heck, I'll take a question first. Hey Gary, I don't like talking about myself. Why not? But I had a great experience in implementing some of your lessons. In a few of your audios, I really want others to know how well your stuff works. Would you have time to retell it if I sent it in? Sure I would. As this girl used to still tell me, hey, send it in. Send it in. And now I'm going to try to find a song to play to drink my soda. It's this song again. Sorry, that's the only song that...
Juste après qu'on se marie, je dois te quitter ma belle pour aller en Californie où les rêves de gloire m'appellent. C'était l'été de 57 dans cette pauvre Chevrolet.
Got a fire in the ashtray.
La vieille musette, même s'il est trop jeune pour la jouer. Donne-moi.
All right, questions are coming in. I'm going... Oh, my chair locked up. I hate that. Gary, Jason again. How do you stop two women from fighting each other on who's going to be with you? First during the night. Hey, winner takes all. That's it. Or get a bucket of cold water. That always works. That'll stop two guys fighting. You get two guys that want to kill each other. Take a garden hose of cold water. You hit them. Fight goes right out of them. Dustin, good evening. How do you get a girl back that you haven't talked to in 4 months? Well, instead of going through a whole explanation, I have an audio program called How to Get Your Ex Back. It's an hour and a half, covers every contingency, and it should not fail you. The reason I say should not, it has failed nobody yet. I don't think you'll be the first. There is a way, and it's so easy, but it takes a lot of explanation, and it's all on that audio program, GaryBrodsky.com, audios, How to Get Your Ex Back. It's actually easy. You have prior history. It explains how you can use the prior history, see where you made a mistake, because you're accountable. If it went wrong, nothing personal, it's your fault, but you can make it go right, and that will be your accomplishment. So, so I'm trying to plug product, but it's all there. Now, what was I about to do? Oh yeah, put this on my head. No, I gotta get one of those hats. I want to meet more women. One of those hats, a pair of aviator glasses, and paint my nails. I think I'll do great, you know. Seems to be the big trend. I actually see guys in clothes with a hat, yeah, and girls are laughing their asses off. No, I'm not going to pull this over my head, although I thought about it. Of course, you got to be a little crazy in this world, especially today. Yeah, I missed again. Okay. GaryRoss.com. This question. Webinars. You want it, you got it. Because whatever you want, you can get. There are thousands of people who have everything you want. And they got it because they did the things right. And now you'll know how. They didn't sit around waiting. Maybe if I keep working this job. And no, that's not how they do it. How they do it is explained in detail on that webinar. So I hope to see you there. Chris. Hi, Gary. Just got home. Last Wednesday's radio show was fucking incredible. I got to chat with other actual men. Yep, and it'll be on every Wednesday. I have never missed a show yet. I don't promote it enough, but what's really amazing is, you know, one night we had almost 2 million listeners and 5 phone calls. So that's kind of interesting. And I know people are, you know, texting is easy, but calling it's difficult. Okay, thank you for reminding me. Right now at GaryBrodsky.com, just remind everybody, you know, this is your show as well as mine. There is a blog, and Bo, if you're still out there, anybody else, please write it on the blog. Put your comments on there. There's a great topic this week. It's going to change next week, but it's on GaryBrodsky.com. Right on top it says blog. And for those of you who have different points of view, I want to hear it. I believe in freedom of speech. Right? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Freedom of speech? Yeah, I believe in it. I won't exercise it that much because if I say something I believe that's going to offend people, I don't believe in freedom of going to court and paying off lawyers again and again and again for saying something I believe in. The illusion is over. We have to bring it back. Because I will keep saying what I feel. I'm not going to say it here only because this show will disappear. That's why I have the webinars. And no, I don't put them out on for free. It costs money. And research costs money. Although, if you know how to do it right, sex is free. And that's all there on how to get it any which way you want at GaryBrodsky.com. A lot of stuff is still on sale. Hit it up now while I take a little break, relax here. Oh, this is actually a very good question here. James, thank you. I appreciate it. James always brings up these strange topics, but they're really, you know, quite pertinent to what's going on today. Gary, that's me, I think. Have you noticed how so many women nowadays don't take care of themselves or put an effort to stay fit? I don't know why they don't seem to care anymore. I know it's not all women, but there are a lot of there are way too many fat ones out there. Yeah, what happens is this, and I can tell you why. They always start out in high school. They want men, they want dates, they want this, they want that. Then that shit gets beaten out of them real quick because of the way guys act. Guys don't move in fast enough. Guys make every mistake you could possibly make. So they start to feel there's something wrong with them. Why aren't guys finding me sexually attractive? Why aren't guys taking me out for dates? Why aren't guys doing what guys are supposed to do? Making a woman's life happy, and in return, she makes you happy. Not by being a pussy, though. Okay, I have to throw it in. So guys don't know how to hit on women, and they start to give up on themselves. They start to hate themselves. First, there's something wrong with you, then there's something wrong with them. They give up on themselves. They totally stop taking care of themselves. They start to find the only thing in the world that will give them affection, cats. Then they have an awakening. Hey, I got to find a guy. Now they're 300 pounds overweight. They got attitudes that are like worse than snakes. They have a castrating mentality because they're so pissed off at men. And that's what happens. In fact, in Japan, and this is no joke, you can check this out on Google, YouTube, women are wearing diapers and not going to the bathroom in the bathroom because they are so pissed off at the Japanese warrior culture is falling apart that they don't even want men to look at them. Now, there are gigolos in Japan that are very different than gigolos in America. They pay men to act like morons to humiliate them. This is where the world is heading, and we are a small group, but we can, by example, lead, and that is important. So, a lot of guys have Veterans Day sale. I gotta go buy some stuff. Well, it is Veterans Day sale. I do need some stuff. I'm going to get close to my long underwear here. Any women out there want to buy me a shirt? Let me know. I'll send you the link. Okay, candle ritual question. Hi, Gary. How's it going? Going great. Got to keep saying it because it is. I finished listening to How to Use the Occult Secrets and was wondering if the size or type of candle mattered. I'm looking for tea lights in different colors, but a longer duration, bigger candles more powerful. Actually, I know guys who can pull it off with birthday candles and guys who need big candles. The best thing, it's like a punch, is you keep hitting. It's going to break through. You are going to have success. Also, do you need to put the candle on a silver plate or any kind of plate at all? The only time I use a plate is because I don't want to have a fire. No, doesn't matter. Light doesn't burn for its own amusement. Doesn't matter. People have made, it's manipulation of energy. It's not really occult or spiritual or scary stuff. It's manipulation of energy. So plates don't matter. It's the candle that matters. So if I usually keep a tea light candle, 15, 10 of them, sometimes 20, and eventually I'll break through. No matter what you want to break through, you'll get it. I should start teaching an occult course, but I will. Is there a certain colored candle to make a friend out of an enemy? Yeah, white. Think about it. White has been the color of surrender, of peace, of purity, of health. All doctors wore white in every country before they even knew each other. What color can be used to boost some attitude? For example, confidence. Thanks. Confidence is interesting. Not black, not brown, not gray. Any other color. Blue will make you calm, which might be part of self-confidence. So I light this candle for the more self-confidence. Boom, light it and leave it. The candle absorbs. Okay, think about this. Ow. But that absorbs my energy. And if I speak to something, it absorbs energy. Check out Dr. Emoto. Water absorbs energy. Wax is water-based. It will absorb energy. You have water, you have fire, you have air. You have all the elements that make up what our living world is. That's why candles work. And sometimes, I've had people go, I got a candle from you. It didn't work. Very unoccasionally. I said, well, we get another one. And the second one works. Because sometimes it takes more than one shot to bring down a big enemy. But get the occult 3D. Cult 3 CD set, instantly downloadable. You can be listening tonight, and there'll be nothing you can't stop. And I can bring on witnesses on the radio show, and I may do that Wednesday, who have seen me make people disappear and amazing things by just using occult rituals. Because the more you do it, the more you get the knack of doing it. It's like the first time I had a cigarette lighter. It's like, oh, this works. It took a while. Now it's like snap, boom, boom in the pocket without looking. But it's like using a samurai sword, which I actually still study. Even if you cut shit, you're still going to cut something. So if it takes a few cuts instead of one, you're still going to get that. I hope I answered your question. I salute Don Trolio. All right, Chris. I have been taught to dress for success. That's a good thing. And I'm serious. I hate when both males and females at work tell me they wish they worked from home so they could just wear their PJs because they're comfy. Give me a fucking break. I gotta throw it in there when you put it. Good look at any sort of business, and God bless. Meanwhile, I will dress better than any other male in the office, and fuck what anybody says about it. Also, a message for the women out there. You can love a cat all you want. It will not reciprocate. I too am sick of all the cat photos on Facebook. It is so true. I actually have gone to Facebook. I don't know what half the people in front of me look like, but I know what the cats look like. And that's the sick part. I used to have a big fish tank. I don't have one anymore. If I did, I'd put pictures like fish up there. It's just so... if you think about Facebook, and if you want to lose your account like I am currently in suspension, something new for me, huh? Is do this. Because, oh, you look great, sometimes a girl will throw a picture on there. I drop a few pounds. Boom, complaint, you have been suspended from Facebook. But in terms of service, TOS, fuck TOS of anything. What they have done is they privatized free speech. That's how the government gets out of it. It's like, we don't restrict speech. We just allow corporations, which are now, of course, part of the government, to privatize free speech. And pretty soon you're not going to be able to say anything. So say it while you can, get it while you can, and get into people's faces. That's my new thing. And for those of you who are watching, who I've gotten into your face for criticizing me or whatever, that's the way it's going to be, okay? I will not back down. Here's just a military joke, but it's actually true. Anybody who's been in the military knows you have promised never to back down in battle. The samurai never back down in battle. Now you're supposed to back down in anything. How do you turn your subconscious mind from negative to positive? That's a whole speech in itself. We have something out there that's probably still on sale called binaural sounds. It really does work. And I'll tell you something. The blood gold works. That's why I can't keep it in stock. It may be a bit pricey, but it works. It reprograms your DNA. Gold, the whole world wants it. Why? There's even stories of aliens wanting it. Because it only emits positive energy. So negative energy is drowned out. Gold is the best conductor in the planet, so far. So it'll conduct positive energy and leave negative energy behind. In fact, I have some old Bibles. I'm into that stuff. Now, people go, "Oh, you really believe that shit?" Fuck you. Yeah, I do. It does help tremendously. It's called Ghosts in the Genes. You can look it up. It's because every trauma you've ever had, when you were like in the second grade and somebody called you a dick or whatever, that stays with you. The gold will get it out. If you get either gold will actually put you in a positive state of mind. And this is funny because people who don't know each other, because all of you people don't know each other, I hope. Well, I hope you do actually. Anybody who's bought gold has one reaction, which I did not expect, and it's this. I got you gold. I'm sort of summarizing everybody's at once. And I stayed up all night because I thought I'd missed something really good. And one of the people who helped me put this together have said, and I've worked with MDs on this, and herbalists. People have been in hospitals with depression for 17 years. One girl, they gave her gold. In 3 days, she walked out fine. So yeah, that will get rid of negative energy. Biology does drive behavior as much as behavior does drive biology. Okay, Jason, thank you for watching. All right, we'll get to GL's experience in a second, but oh, you know about that. Chris, hi, Gary. On a light note, I know you recorded at least 3 songs. Do you plan to record any more? I would love to hear Bad Company's Rocksteady with your vocals. That's funny because actually I have recorded that. I don't have it on here. That's one of my favorite songs. And they got on my case for playing it one night. And I put it somewhere so I don't do it by accident. But thank you. Has the Mojo Bag ever helped you? Interesting question. American Express, I have left home without it. Mojo Bags, I never leave home without it. Never. It's amazing how Mojo Bags have existed. They're called Wanga bags, medicine bags, in every culture. And everybody has one type or another. They're in every religion, every culture, but only on the top level. People don't want you to have that. I don't know why people get jealous. Somebody buys a better car than me. I'm happy for them. And I got to tell you something. The greatest and most powerful emotion you have, and this is anybody who's feeling down about anything, is if you don't appreciate what you have, you ain't getting any more. That's just science. It's one sentence, but there's a lot to it. Okay, here's the story. In Turkish? Just kidding. Hey Gary, here's my most recent experiences with your products. This is from Chris, by the way. Nope, sorry, it's from GR. So I used Power and Conquest package to make the best university in my area, an offer they couldn't refuse, and accept me part-time even though I'm still in high school. I didn't know that. Public education is just too boring. When I was about to enter an exam, I introduced myself to a beautiful young woman who could be a Baywatch model using the Art of Charm program. A week later, I met her and she snobbishly ignored me. I used How to Be a Prick That Women Love to not let her judge me and did not admit defeat nor rejection. She was just testing me. 3 weeks later, she saw me and asked me for permission to sit with me. Using the art of dominating women CD, I had her eating out of my hand and following me around like a poodle within 5 minutes. The best part is that I did it so smoothly, like fucking James Bond. Like fucking James Bond, not like he's having intercourse with James Bond. That she believes I'm 21, which is important because she's 24 and I'm 17. I made her sit next to me in the lecture, felt her up later. She was dutifully waiting for me outside. She waited 15 minutes, even though it took that long because I was debating the professor. Then I banked her. Happy ending, huh? GR, that is great. Please send it. I want to use that as a mailing piece. Please send that again and just write do not open. That is great. And I really am I'm so happy I was able to help you. You have no idea because that's why I do this. So please send it again saying do not open. Here's a good quote from Matthew. Not the Bible. There's a guy named Matthew. Show respect to all people, but grovel to none. That is great. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you during a ritual? So much stuff that you would not believe. And I'm trying to think of the craziest, and they're all some pretty crazy stuff. Well, okay, I'll mention one crazy benevolent one. I was doing a ritual with my issue to call somebody. I said, I want this person to appear. I wrote his name down in pencil, put it next to the issue, and I say, okay, bring this person to me. I was just playing. I went to go take a nap. The doorbell rings. He's there. I hadn't seen him in 2 years. He's at my house. I don't even know how he knew my address. This is in Brooklyn. He goes, I just felt compelled to come here and visit you. That was one. I'm just going to talk about the benevolent ones. The other one was really interesting. I wanted a Wing Chun wooden dummy. Didn't want to spend the money for it. So I did a ritual for a Wing Chun wooden dummy. It's right out of the Powers of Darkness book. You write what you want over here. I wrote Wing Chun wooden dummy. Free. The next day, this guy drives up to my house going, would you want something like this? I go, what is it? This is a Wing Chun wooden dummy. I'll put it together for you. I go, what do I owe you? He goes, nothing. Just get off my hands. The odds on those things are not coincidence when it happens over and over and over again. My problem is, like everybody else, I don't do it enough. Updating again, huh? That means it's time to smoke. Two packs in one. One on the floor. Happens. No, forget that one. Okay. Still updating. Well, we, and all who hear this, do not let yourself be domesticated. It is not a good place to be. When you start to feel, like some people mentioned here, negative and stuff like that, it is time. I also recommend this program, how to use incantations to get what you want. I'm going to cover that again in some degree on a new webinar coming up, which I hope you'll join, all of you. Let's see some orders right now while I take a nice relaxing break. Was this fucking thing updated already? No. Here's how life works. You get this phone and you buy insurance for it in case it breaks. doesn't break. You don't buy insurance, it breaks. Okay, another private message. But GR, please say that again. I won't use your real name because I don't know it. Names will be changed to protect the innocent. All right, we are coming into the last ending of the show, so get your questions in right now while you can. And GaryBrodsky.com, check it out. OccultForce.com, check it out. Brain Train Power, check it out. All the stuff works. As you can hear the testimonies, don't stop. Gary, it's okay if I watch the stuff later on YouTube. You don't need my permission. Just watch whatever the hell you want. This was a free country. All right. People are signing up for that webinar. Oh, you'll hear about it again. It's that good. I am looking forward to it. I got the notes right here, and they're going to be read in order. And I know these notes are good because they're handwritten, and they're old. So, yes, we are winding down here. So as soon as it's done, I'm done with the show. And Wednesday night, don't forget, we have the radio show. And it's always a lot of fun. Always. So, what we're not going to do is domesticate ourselves, become a bunch of pussies. We're not going to vote for people who vote for the bullying laws. Bullying? Are you kidding? I know I learned more life lessons in school from the school bully than from any teacher. And he learned a few lessons from me in Pillowhead. I won't go any deeper than that. But he had transfer schools. No, thank you. All right. I'm going to give this thing one more shake because it's still updating. And let's see. Okay. All right, the show's over. GaryBrodsky.com. Check it out. I need as many hits as possible. Check out the blog. Write something on that. GaryBrodsky.com. Right on top, blog. Check that out. Check out the webinar. Check out OccultForce.com. Check out BrainTrainPower.com. And really, everything on there is there to help you. And I'll just check this one more time because I am, a little crazy. Still updating. Well, I don't have time for this machine anymore. Ladies, and yes, ladies, thank you for your pictures again, and your permission to use them on my mailing pieces, which some of you guys have seen. They're pretty ladies. And I will see you all soon. Thank you for joining the show, and thank you for your great questions. I really do appreciate it, more than I can even say in words. And remember the big thing. The greatest emotion you have to fix anything is gratitude. And on that note, everybody have a great night, and I will speak to you, as always, during the week. Sign up at GaryBrodsky.com if you're not already signed up, and you get a free audio. On that note, good night, and again, thank you.